Hello friends, today we're going to learn how to write program in C. So to perform this we are going to use Dev C++ as our IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. In this IDE we are going to write our code, we are going to save it, compile it and run it, debug it, everything we are going to perform over here. Okay. So before writing a code we must create a source file. How to create a source file? We click on file menu, then select new and then click on source file. Or you can also do the same thing from this toolbar by clicking on this new icon. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and again you can see the same option, source file is coming with Control N as a shortcut key. So if you press Control N from the keyboard also, it will open you in front of you the source file. So I'm going to click over here. Yes, this is the source file we are going to see here, and as you can see the untitled 2 is the name as coming by default for this source file. We have not yet written any code over here, we have not yet saved it with any names, so that's why it is showing the default name. Okay, so we're just going to start our code in C by writing hash include, then we're starting angular brackets stdio.h and closing the bracket. Now what is this hash include? Hash include is the preprocessor directive used in C, which tells your code, your compiler, that we are going to include some external file in our program, and that file is nothing else but the stdio.h. stdio means standard input output, and .h is the extension, shows that it's a header file. Okay, header files are basically included before your code. At the top of the code means at the head part of the code. Now what is this, why we are going to include this stdio.h? What is the reason? The reason is that we have to perform some basic input and output activities, the standard input and output activities. Okay, we must take some input from the user. In some programs it is required, and the showing the output is also very much important for all the programs. So to do those things we need some functions, some predefined functions in C. C is basically a procedural programming language, that is the main importance, the main activity is done by the procedures of the functions. So we need functions for performing this standard input and output. Those functions are defined within this file stdio. Okay, so if you don't include this file in your code, you are not going to able those use those functions in your code, so your main motto will not be achieved. So you must include this stdio.h header file in your code in this same way. Now after that we are going to start our code by writing int main first bracket open and close. Now main is the function which is responsible for starting of the execution of your code. Always your code in C starts execution from this main function. Now why I'm saying main as a function? Because I have written this first bracket open and close after the main, so anything followed by this first bracket open and close is a function. Okay, so I'm pressing enter, then I'm starting curly brace. Okay, I've not yet discussed about int so far, because this is our first program, and this program we're just going to display something on the screen to just get an idea that how it works. We are not going to discuss any deeply in this video. Just it's an introductory video, so I'm not going to discuss many components in elaborately. So just follow this. This is the second bracket we have started, that is curly brace we have started. That is mean it is the body of this main is going to begin, and here I'm writing print Now this printf function is used to display something on the screen, and this printf function we are going to use over here. So this is a function, as I have already told you that anything followed by this bracket open close is a function. So the same thing I'm going to perform here. Printf is a function. Now what we want to display on the screen, we must write that inside this brackets, this first brackets open and close of printf, within double quote or in the inverted comma. So I'm giving inverted comma here, and I'm going to write that welcome to Adept Tech Guru. Okay, and this is an executable statement which is written inside the main's body, so it must be ended with a semicolon. All the executable statements must be ended with a semicolon, otherwise it will show you some error when you are going to compile it. Next line, I'm using another function, getch bracket open and close, as it is a function. Now this getch is used to retain the output on the screen. If you don't use it, your program may be correct, it will be execute properly, but you will not be able to see the output in the screen. So in the console you must see the output on this console. So to keep the console on, you have to use this getch function at the end, and after that again I'm giving enter. Suppose I have completed with this program, I'm not going to use any other code over here, so I must end this brace. So this is the indication of the end of the body, and as it was the indication of the opening of the body. So from this brace to this brace, this is the body of the main. Okay, now I'm going to save my file by clicking on File, Save. Here I have created a folder with the name My Programming, and here I'm going to give the name, that is welcome. And be careful about this save as type, as dev C++ supports both C and C++. So at the time of saving a program written in C, you must change the save as type as C source file. After that, click on save and see here the untitled2 has gone with the name we have given. Now what you have to do, you have to compile your code, because whatever you have written is a high level language, that is human like language. Computer is not going to understand this. We must convert it into computer's language, that is machine language, and that is done by the compiler who will translate this. So you can click on this compile, and after that you can click on this run. But to perform both of these, we have to click on twice on these two buttons. I can perform these two activities by clicking on this button by a single click. So I'm going to click over here. This is compile and run together. So I'm clicking compile and run. Okay, it's all correct about this code, and this is our output. Welcome to Adept Tech Guru. Thank you friends for watching this. Bye bye.